Hey, what's up, you guys? It's me, Afterlife 66, back with another video. This is a story time throwback video. Two of these stories, or three, depending on how many I decide to do, um, will be like years ago. But one of the videos I really wanted to, stories I wanted to share actually happened like, I think 2 nights ago. But I'm gonna save the recent one for last. Okay. So the first thing before we start, I want to say please like and subscribe to my channel. Follow me on everything. The link's in the description for my last video if you wanted to check it out if you missed it. It is a ASMR video and I'm pretty sure you guys would like it. Alright, let's get to the video. So, the first story I want to tell you was years and years and years ago about the time that I actually met Ronald McDonald. Now, granted, it was at school, and they had Ronald McDonald come in to teach us about like the food industry, and this is around like third grade, and I don't know why they thought this was cool, but it was kind of lame because I didn't really like the clown. You know, it's not like I was scared; it was just lame. You know, so me and my friend decided to pretend like we were sick, and when we faked like we threw up, like we snuck food off our tables because they were we snuck food off the tables because this was like right after lunch, like literally we were eating our food and then they said just like sit on the floor over here, and they moved all the tables from over here to over here, so we're all here eating our food, and then when we're done we sat over here and we ate. Now here's what we did: we took the applesauce and mixed in some chunks of bread, and we got the milk, which in this school they didn't give you carton of milk or bottles. They gave you bags of milk. Like they legit give you bags, and you gotta take this straw with a little pointy end. You go. So that's what happened. And I had chocolate milk, and I took that chocolate milk and mixed it in, give it a little bit of ughness, and I took it and went on the ground. And so did my friend, and we were like, oh, we got sick. We even rubbed some of it on our lips right here, and we pretend like we threw up. And they said, well, we'll just go bring you back to your class. So I went back in the classroom, and the teacher was writing stuff on the board, getting the class ready for the rest of the school day. It was just the worst thing ever. And yeah, we were screwed because come to find out, because at the time I loved McDonald's. I don't eat them anymore except for their fraps. That's the only thing I get. But at the time, we didn't know. After the fucking the show that Ronald McDonald was doing, he gave us like $100 McDonald's gift cards. We didn't know that, and so what we did is we were sitting here like all fucking depressed, and one of our friends actually got 2 extra gift cards, one for me and one for my friend. So at the end, we ended up getting the gift cards, but we were like, shit, we should have stayed there. Fuck, we could have got it ourselves. But luckily, one of our friends got it, and you know, we got it. And I don't even know what I got. I honestly don't remember what I got with that card. It was so long ago. But it was really lucky. I had a friend who got them for us, and I think after, let's see, after we were in Green Park Elementary, so it was really easy to sneak out. I don't know why. Okay, so this next story actually relates to something yet again a long time ago. This was years ago around Christmas. It was like, I think it was like a couple days before Christmas, and my Grammy and my mom and my sister and my cousins, we were all together, and we went to this park. Now it was like right across the street from my Grammy's house. Not like across the street, but across the street from our street, there was a park. And when you go in there, there's this whole fucking. You go to the parking lot over here, and then you got all the walkways. And in this walkway, they had food, and you can get pictures, you can get shirts, and Santa, you could sit on his lap and stuff. And there was this one clown who was blowing up balloons and making them into stuff. He made guns and swords and bow and arrows and shit. Now my Grammy did not like guns because she actually got like held and robbed by gunpoint back when she worked at a Shell station, the gas station, and that's why she didn't like guns. She didn't let us have water guns at her house or nothing like that. We couldn't we couldn't play no gun games or nothing like that. So we didn't really play that. So there you go. But it was. I mean, I guess I can understand that, but that's not the point. We couldn't. My grandma told the clown we couldn't have no balloon guns, so instead I got a balloon sword. I think my cousin Michael got a balloon bow and arrow, and we ended up we ended up shooting the bow and arrow together. And like I threw my sword up, and he shot it, and it bounced and landed in the duck pond. And I was like, Mom, I gotta go get my sword and Michael's arrow. So I went to walk in there, and one of the guys we can go in there because it's dirty water and whatnot. And so they literally took this long net looking thing and just like cast it out, and it wasn't on a string. It was like a when you clean a pool with it. I don't know how he had that here, but he did. And so he pushed it out, and I got my sword back. Because of Michael's arrow, on the other hand, was so deflated, it was pitiful. So he ended up throwing a hissy fit, and he popped his bow, so he didn't have no bow and arrow. But the clown made him a new one, and he was happy again. And he was freaking out. We're like, dude, it's not even a real bow and arrow, it's a balloon. But I think I was like 6 and he was 5 at the time, so this was really a fucking long time ago. And moving on to this third story, which I think the last story I just told was already on my channel before, but I told it just in case you haven't seen it or for my new viewers. This story is from back in my Slidell days. A while ago, in Slidell, around the first time, down the road lived this girl I had a huge crush on, and I liked her a lot, and she was like 1 year older than me. So I asked her out. She said yes. She was now my girlfriend, and her parents for some reason didn't like me. So their parents, and they have multiple people who can like fucking defend me on this. Her parents didn't like me. I was not even a bad kid. I was going through a phase where I'd wear my hat sideways and shit, but I never did anything wrong. But her parents fucking just like, hey, let's spread a fucking rumor that he has lice. And once they did that, everyone was saying, oh, Johnny has lice. I've never once had lice in my life. Believe it or not, never once. So that kind of sucked. And then I could never be with her because I was like fucking 10 years old and she was 11. So it's kind of hard. It was just fucking weird. I don't know why they did that. I wasn't a bad influence, and I never really did anything bad at that age, so I was kind of confused, And I was like, why? And after that, I never really talked to them anymore. I just, like, never looked at their house or anything. I ended up going in the woods and hanging out in there. And, never got to see her again. Kind of sad. But, it's a long time ago. I don't really give a shit. Okay, so this story is the most recent one. So, a couple nights, I think it was like 2 nights ago, that was the most terrifying fucking ordeal. So, I always sleep on my side, because every time I sleep facing up, I had sleep paralysis. Well, guess what happened? Sleeping on my side, facing that way, to my window, I had sleep paralysis last night. And, oh my fucking god, it was awful. I had very bad sleep paralysis. I was in my sleep paralysis state. I was like laying like this, facing my window, couldn't move. I felt like there was like, imagine like 15 fully grown fucking lions just laying on top of you and you can't move. Okay? Imagine being tied down to a bed and then they poured a shit ton of super glue on you, so you're like stuck like this, like you cannot move. That's what I felt like. I felt something was holding me down, and I could not fucking move, and it was awful, and I couldn't speak it. I was like trying to cause like, not. I mean that sounds sexual. What I meant was I was moaning, not sexually, but I was moaning trying to speak, and I just couldn't speak. And after I felt like I was holding down, I was looking around, trying to do my thing. I was trying to move, I couldn't even move my head. I was just looking around with my eyes like this, like trying to see what's going on. And then I saw demonic dolls just everywhere on my window. I felt some doing like this on my back. It felt like not like stuffed dolls, but like those dolls that have like wooden hands and shit. It felt like they were running up my back. They were popping up everywhere. I think one just like popped up over my eyes, like right here, like oh, just take a little look. And what was really upsetting is that more and more popped up, and their eyes were bleeding, and their mouth was bleeding, and it was just fucking terrifying. And I don't know what the fuck. After about 5 minutes of that torture, I woke up and I'm like, what the fuck? Looking around, and guess what time it was? 3 a.m. How fucking awesome. Since I didn't want to have to deal with that again, because normally, this is just me, I don't know if it happens to anyone else. Tell me in the comments if it happens to you, but normally when I get sleep paralysis once and then I go back to sleep, it happens again. And it keeps going to like 3 times. Fourth time, I don't do it again, but still. So I said, you know what, fuck it. So I stayed up the rest of the night watching Family Guy and American Dad. Fell asleep around dawn, woke up, didn't have sleep paralysis, but holy shit, it was awful. I tried my best. I don't know why this one was dolls, but there was tons of other times I had sleep paralysis and it was just awful. And I mean, this isn't the worst, but it was fucking terrifying. And it's very hard to terrify me, but like I said, it was bad. Um, well, this is going to be the end of my story time throwback video. Remember to like and subscribe. Follow me on everything. Links in the description for all the things I just told you in my last video and, all that. And if you haven't, if you had sleep paralysis, let me know in the comments. And I'll even put like a link to a website for sleep paralysis so you can get some info for yourself if you're having it too much, and maybe it'll help you out. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.